Hello and welcome to my craft room. My name's Dawn and I'm making videos as I work my way through the many projects I've purchased over the years. So they might ask, what have I been up to this week? Because those that follow me on Instagram will have seen that there's not been very many posts this week, and that's because I haven't managed to get a lot of crafting done, but I have been really busy. My son completed on his first home. So I seem to have spent most of my week cleaning, taking deliveries, or just generally helping him out there. One evening we went and built his bed with him because he's doing this on his own. So we did say we thought it might be a little bit tricky to build a bed with just two hands. So yeah, I've been really busy, but I haven't been up in my craft room. However, I do have some things that I finished, things that were almost there that were not quite finished. So it didn't take a lot of effort because, to be quite honest, by the time I got home in the evening, I was ready for bed. It certainly put me off ever moving, and I like my craft room, so I don't want to move house, and it's far too much effort. So the first thing I've made is a bunch of tulips. These were nearly done. They just had to have, and I don't know if you can see, there's tiny little beads in the center, so they just had to have a couple more beads put in and then it'd be finished. And then I've put a piece of ribbon around it from my pot of ribbons. I never throw any ribbon away. I made these. My daughter asked me to make some tulips for her friend's birthday, and she wanted them pinks and creams, so I've made those for her. So I got round to sewing on the beads, and that's ready to be given to her, which is very useful because it's her birthday today. So I finished those. The other thing I have finished for the same person, but this is from me and my husband, is a crochet blanket. So there you go. It's just a lap blanket, it's not huge, and this did have the pattern of it on the floor. This is an emu pattern. It's number 1012. Originally it was done in these colours, but we didn't want to do it in those colours, so I changed. This was a second option, but I changed the blues for greens because Lauren said she would prefer pink and green. So I changed the colours, and that's the finished outcome, which I'm really quite pleased with. So I've now got to wrap that quickly so that it's ready to give Becky when Lauren sees her later today. So hopefully she doesn't see this video before Lauren sees, otherwise the surprise is gone, but I don't think she will. Yeah, so this was it was almost done. I just had the border to do and sew in some of the ends. I should have sewn the ends in as I was going, and I started like that. I did start sewing in the ends, but I didn't do them all. And it was a nice project to do if you just wanted to grab something small, because it was all granny squares, apart from this centre bit here, this border here, and then a small border around the outside edge. So you could just grab a couple of balls of wool if you just wanted to take something like out the garden. I could just take a couple of balls of wool and get on with the granny square. And I also did it because you were doing 8 or 9 squares the same, so I did it as like a conveyor belt, really. I do all the tiny centres and then I do all the next rounds. So by the time I was like 2 3 squares in, I knew what I was doing for that next bit and didn't need to keep looking at the pattern. So that worked well for me. So that's got to be that. As I say, that was nearly finished, but not quite. And then I have finished my next block of the month. I have put it on my wall. Let me just see if I can turn the camera around so that you can see it. So there you go. That's January, February and March. Don't fall over. So this was April. So this now needs to go up there. Yeah, I cut this fine to the line because as I was doing the last tiny bit, maize has turned up. So I haven't really had a look at this, but the materials look like they're going to be a bit mustardy. I don't think they're the same as that. I'm just trying to get them out. Okay. You've got this, the ones that you get every month, like this one and this one, which are used for these corner bits. Oh, I like that one. That one's got like little rosebuds on it. So yeah, little rosebuds. So yeah, it looks a bit pinky, mustardy. So I now need to baste those and get them going. It's that one, which is a bit of a different one. It's got some flowers on it. So yeah, that needs to be basted, which take me about an hour and a bit. But I'm finding that I'm quite enjoying the slow stitching at the moment. So I definitely want to get on and try hand quilting my Alice Caroline quilt, because I haven't done any of that yet, and I am conscious that I basted it quite a long time ago, so I do need to do that as well. That might be this week, I don't know, we'll see. Now the other thing I've done is I bought today's quilter. This is the latest edition, so I think it's on sale at the moment because the next one comes out on the 4th of June. I just bought it really for something to read while I was waiting at the house for deliveries, but that didn't happen because I was busy doing other things for him. But within that is a pattern for this quilt, and I really like that. It's quite simple, and you've also got the templates as a free gift to do the quilt with. So I thought I might do it as a scrappy quilt. I haven't looked at it in depth yet, but it does say it's suitable for hand or machine sewing. So I might do this hand sewn. I don't know yet, but I do really want to have a go at this because, as I say, it looks quite a simple quilt, and I've got a separate pattern, so I need to look at that in a bit more depth. But the other thing I was interested in the magazine was, let me just get this right, there's an article, Textile Heritage Hand Quilting, and it explores the history behind the hand quilting craft. And like I said before, I want to have a go at this hand quilting, so I thought that might be something useful or interesting to read. So I'm going to have a go at that as well. See, I'm terrible. I see all these things and then I just think, oh yeah, I want to do that, and oh yeah, I want to do that. And then they've got a bag made out of English paper piecing, traditional hexagons. So I also fancy having a go at that. When I'm going to get all this done, I don't know, but I don't need to buy material for this because it can be quite a scrappy thing. They just seem to have taken creams and pinks really, so I could just take 2 colours out my stash and have a go at those, because I just find that really relaxing. So yeah, I'm going to have a good look at that and see if I can do that as well. But I do need to do my block of the month first, because otherwise I'm going to be really behind with that. So that's kind of my week. That's how my week's been. A little bit crazy. Not very much crafting going on, but with bank holiday weekend coming up, I'm hoping that I might get up here a little bit more and have some time for me, so which I haven't done a lot of this week. So we'll see what I get finished next week. So a short one from me today, but hopefully you're still with me on this journey. And I guess in life we all have weeks where things don't quite go to plan, but in the meantime, happy crafting, and I'll speak to you all next week. Bye.